look at that. Here we are in front of hallowed grounds. The Anheuser-Busch LA Brewery. Used to be home to a theme park. I remember in my youth here, yeah, they had a monorail that took you on a tour through the plant, and a log flume, some other rides. Yeah, good times. The plant is here, going strong, but the theme park is long gone, sadly. That is one big Budweiser logo on the side of that building. Yeah, this is a sprawling facility here. Really was fun to come take a look around, and that suspended monorail tour was a major LA highlight when I was a kid. Very fun. I love this billboard giving you a look back at all the different can designs Budweiser has employed over the years. And you can't deny, it is a classic of a sort. Hey everybody, it's your old pal Robert from ThrillRide.com. How you doing? So today I'm in Van Nuys, California, not far from the Budweiser Brewery, and I'm actually standing in the airport, the local Van Nuys airport here, because housed in a couple of hangars at this airport is something called the Valley Relics Museum. Now this was started by a nonprofit group that collects, catalogs, and preserves all kinds of artifacts that speak to the history of the San Fernando Valley and the surrounding area. So they're here to preserve and share some of the history, to illuminate the contributions that San Fernando Valley and its citizens have made to this nation's progress. Now normally, of course, museums are still closed. All the indoor spaces are closed, but because they're housed in aircraft hangars, they are opening the hangar doors and giving something called the open air museum experience. So as I understand it, there's a lot of cool neon signs, there's some vintage automobiles, they may even have a pinball or a vintage arcade working here, and I'm always about the pinball. So let's go inside and check it out. Yeah, if you're a fan of neon, this is quite a little treasure trove of amazing artifacts. All kinds of great illuminated signage, actually. Yeah, nice. So right inside the front door is a little gallery dedicated to Jack Oakey, a vaudeville and film persona I've never heard about. But apparently, back in the 30s and 40s, he was a major star, appearing in over 87 films. And that was after a pretty long and successful career on vaudeville. Neat. That's pretty incredible. So apparently he had his wisdom teeth turned into a piece of jewelry. This is great. Jack has a little medical emergency bracelet, and the inscription on the back read, Jack Oakey, boozer, allergic to milk. Treat sobriety at once. Give a shot or 90 cc's of hooch. There's a man who knew how to self-medicate. Among the many films that Jack co-starred in was Charlie Chaplin's The Great Dictator, an all-time classic. And according to what it says on this handwritten sign here, Jack Oakey introduced the Afghan hound to the United States. Wow. Oh yeah, he was also in Harvey. Another Stone Cold classic. So this first seemed a little random. I was wondering why there's a bogey statue here. But it turns out the scene at the end of Casablanca, when he sends Ingrid Bergman off, was filmed right here in the Van Nuys airport. Nice. Here's another interesting piece of movie memorabilia. This is Marilyn Monroe's favorite chair from the powder room of Glenn Ford's Beverly Hills home. Okay. Wow, yeah, here are a couple of very old pinball machines. Awesome. Millions from Gottlieb and Harbor Lights, also from Gottlieb, yeah. Oh, beautiful. Do not seem to be able to play these, but still a pleasure to see their stunning retro graphics. Yeah, here's some more Hollywood-related memorabilia. I'm guessing that is Phyllis Tiller's wig. Oh, nice. Some of the facial makeup appliances for some Planet of the Apes makeup. Oh yeah, Eve Plum, Maureen McCormick. Legends from the Brady Bunch series and the spin-offs. Oh wow! I Dream of Jeannie's Magic Lamp. This is great. Yeah, The Brady Bride's one of the later spin-off movies from the series, and I am totally grooving on this Mighty Mart sign. Famous for its appearance in the Fast Times at Ridgemont High classic comedy, which all took place in the Valley area. Yeah, nice. So a lot of you may know this already, but famous film actor Roddy McDowall, who of course I'll worship forever for his appearance in the Planet of the Apes films, became a pretty well-respected celebrity photographer, and they have some beautiful samples of some of the portraits he shot. Got Hitchcock, Elizabeth Taylor, oh yeah, Lauren Bacall, and down here in the end, Mia Farrow and Sammy Davis Jr. Very nice. So these display cases seem to be all about the aviation industry and its part in the economy of this area, and some pretty cool World War II related pieces of memorabilia, including some old newspaper headlines. Now look at that. Wow. So this is fascinating. There was something called the Air Force Camouflage Battalion, and that was a group dedicated to painting camouflage on the airplanes. And that little kind of advertisement on the right, a few vacancies exist. They're calling out specifically to members of the art departments of the motion picture industry to try to get them to enlist. That is really amazing. Yeah, that is a beautiful piece right here, the outrigger. I have no idea what kind of facility that was, but the sign sure makes me want to visit. Mission Hills Bowl. All right, that's one of the coolest bowling signs I've ever seen. The walls are pretty solidly decorated with all kinds of vintage signage, and I do love A&W root beer. It's not as good as Ozell Soda's root beer float, but it's good. But do check out Ozell Soda. Little unsolicited endorsement. Yeah, could you get away with starting a fast food franchise with the word fat in it these days? I don't think so. So, God bless Fatburger. When I was a kid, the Flintstones and Hogan's Heroes were among my favorites. And James Bond, heck yeah. I've never seen a 007 lunchbox before today. Oh yeah, Land of the Giants. One of the old Irwin Allen classic shows. Didn't do so well, but I loved the theme music. There were two versions, and both of them rock. They're awesome. And there she is, Oscar winner Sally Field, before she earned that statue. Yeah, looks to be a little bit of a music-focused display. Got that Alice Cooper record. Oh wow, it's old Sunset Strip sign. Licorice Pizza. Oh my goodness, I remember that chain. Yeah, back in the day when they used to sell vinyl records. Yeah. Yeah, okay, this little display cabinet, this is tugging at my heartstrings. So when I lived in LA, back in the late 80s, KMET was my station. God, I love that station so much. Classic rock, contemporary rock, and some of the best DJs that ever lived. Cynthia Fox, Chef Gonzer, and a good old Paraquat Kelly. Oh yeah. And plenty of other rock-related or music-related memorabilia. Are those 8-tracks? I believe they might be. Wow. Yeah. And KLOS 95.5, that's still going strong. Oh yeah, this makes me a little sad, that Van Halen sticker. Rest in peace, Eddie. Miss you every day. Well, here's something pretty unique. A diorama of the film Ben-Hur that was in the home of Dragnet and Adam 12 creator and producer Jack Webb. Part of Webb's den in his Encino home, and was donated to the museum by his family. That's awesome. Yeah, look at the detail in there. Super cool. Even got the cameraman on the boom there shooting all the action. Well, here's something I didn't know. After Boris Karloff decided he was finished playing the role of the Frankenstein monster, an actor named Glenn Strange, perfect last name, was hired to take up the mantle, and he first played the role in 1944's House of Frankenstein, followed by the 1945 House of Dracula film, and he also played the monster in the cult horror comedy classic Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein from 1948. And here's a signed script with all the major cast members on there. Nice, including Bela Lugosi. Very nice. Bela. And right alongside it, this amazing vintage Universal Studios movie guide and kind of souvenir booklet. Oh, wow. Yeah, how that place has changed over time. And here on the wall, another fairly old map. Bird's eye view of Universal City Studios. Great. Now this dates from the 1960s, and as the signage on the wall explains, you'll note that the monsters don't look like their actual on-screen counterparts. They're kind of genericized, because apparently there was a bit of a copyright dispute going on, and they wanted to make sure if they lost that they couldn't be sued for using the likenesses of the screen creatures. Interesting. I have a feeling I'm not the only person who feels this way, but I always found Howdy Doody to be somewhat unsettling. I don't know what it is, the design of the character, but you know, kids hated clowns. Howdy was my night terror. So when I was very young, growing up here in Southern California, one year friends of mine and I were trick-or-treating on Halloween in a neighborhood we'd never been at before, and we knocked on a random door, and it was answered by a titanically tall James Arness. It was really cool. He didn't have any candy for us, but he was very gracious and apologized. But man, he was a tall guy. Still hard to believe that not too long ago, cigarette advertising was prevalent throughout our society. Crazy. I've driven past the Roy Rogers and Dale Evans Museum in Victorville. Never been, but this very cool little mini trailer slash advertisement reminds me that I will go check that out someday. Nice. Well, here's a curious neon sign: CBS Daytime After Dark. That sounds like a contradiction in terms. Did they at one point start airing soap operas late at night? Maybe. Yeah, you can't talk about Southern California history without including Manny, Mo, and Jack, the Pep Boys. And right up above, beautiful sign for what I presume to be, yeah, George Barris and his custom car empire. All right, here's something totally brand new to me: Nudi's Rodeo Tailors. So according to the information here, Nudie was famous for his nudie suits, but the look wasn't complete until it was fully accessorized. Yeah, I guess this guy was the go-to if you wanted to get your cowboy fashion up to speed. There you go. Nudie always loved horses, and the slogan for Nudi's Rodeo Tailors was everything for the horse and rider. How this person came by the name Nudie, I have not yet found an explanation for, and maybe that's just a mystery not meant to be solved. Love this old Malibu Grand Prix go-kart. That is a speedy looking little machine. And this is pretty amazing. This also came from the house of Jack Webb, famous TV star, producer, impresario. And I guess he liked to be able to monitor everything going on in his TV empire. Yeah. So I guess Elvis wasn't the only one with a wall of multiple TV screens. Some more memorabilia related to the biking culture here in Southern California. And some more nice neon. There's another great Bob's Big Boy flanking a display case, and then up above him, some amazing signs. I love the Henry's Tacos, Bel Air Camera, Thrifty, Kinney Shoes. Wow, yeah, great. Obviously a little display of fast food history, but check out this vintage Jack in the Box. Jack in the Box. Yeah, before they went all postmodern and ironic. And don't get me wrong, I love the new Jack character. But look at that. That is just beautiful. Look at that. Onion rings, 22 cents. Are you kidding me? A slightly newer illuminated version. So cool. Yeah, good old Colonel Sanders. Oh, it's the Pioneer's Chicken guy. Nice. And a walk around McDonald's clown outfit. Very cool. Yeah, I've not been to a restaurant or any place at all in recent memory that included ashtrays. That is very much a thing of the past. Ho Toys Restaurant. That's a place I wish I could see. And here's a pretty interesting collection of random signage. But this one in particular has my full attention. First pictures ever made of a dope party. Scandalous. I cannot find anything that explains what this face is supposed to represent, but it's going to be the star of my nightmares tonight for sure. And he may bring along this wall of, I don't know what this is. Some kind of art piece that includes a machine gun, handguns, all kinds of very, very scary looking weaponry. Yeah, that's most curious. And then right down here, a sign for something called the Hangman Tree. Yeah, don't want to know too much more about that. All right, so we're moving into the second hangar, and oh wow, yeah, here's where things are really getting bright and pretty. Oh man, all this incredible neon, so great. Oh, oh yeah, the big Pioneer's Chicken sign, magnificent. Oh yeah, and there they are. Old Family Fun Arcade. I think the sign said just before we got in here, everything is free play, so right on. This is a pretty strong collection here. This Pac-Man, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and that is Sorcerer, Scared Stiff, No Fear. Yeah, good deal. This is pretty cool. I don't know what language that's written in. Looks to be some sort of Middle Eastern calligraphy. Maybe this is a sign for like a kebab shop or something. Anybody out there knows, please let me know in the comments, because that's pretty cool. And this fantastic old bowling sign. Ah, now this typography I wish we had more of. And there's some good words to live by. You never go out of style. Keep that in mind. Stay you, man. Also someplace I do hope to see sometime in the near future as things get back to normal is the Las Vegas Neon Collection, that museum of all the old Vegas signs that have been since replaced by the modern build. And I'm not quite sure how this collection of bicycles relates, but the courier service, I'm wondering if that was some sort of Disney Studios internal mail delivery bike. That's cool. Good Old Loves is another dining establishment I remember from my early days here in Southern California, and I believe, I want to say it was a barbecue kind of place, or maybe a hot dog place, or maybe both. Now back in the corner there is a highly decorated VW Bug, and according to the sign in the window, it is a rolling sculpture by artist Kent Bash, if I'm reading that correctly. Yeah, interesting. And that mannequin in the front seat is kind of giving me the willies. And back here I had to sort of tilt my head to the side, but that's a amazing judo studio neon sign. I'll make that a little bit easier to see. Yeah. And there they are, straight from the Warner Brothers water tower. amazing. Oh yeah, this galloping neon sign. Oh, so beautiful. It really is an art form, neon. Just love it. Love the old Opel GT. That is a mark I think still may exist in Europe, but it has long since vanished from our shores. Well, it's sadly kind of tucked away behind the Opel, but here's an old sign for Farrell's Restaurant, which was such a huge part of my childhood. I remember whenever a zoo cake was ordered and the incredible show that took place as that gigantic cake was brought out to whatever lucky child was was celebrating. Yeah, good times. All right, so Nudie, the rodeo tailor, had one hell of a cool pimped out ride. Look at this old station wagon, but it's got the incredible horns in front of the grill. It's amazing ornament. And I hope these guns that flank either end of the front of the car are decorative use only. Oh man, look at this. Even the door handles. Wow. And a rifle on the rear panel. Oh, it's an old Bonneville. Cool. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, very nice. Bonneville Safari. Sweet. Yeah, I'm not sure what the significance of the vanity plate is here, Disco 77, unless it's just to refer to the year of the car's manufacture, but we got a vintage Camaro here. There's a classic grille, awesome racing stripes, or the pinstripes there, a T-top roof, and look at that white leather interior. Oh wow. Yeah, this is the LT type. Well, anybody who's ever been to a Universal Studios park certainly recognizes the legendary name of Mel's Drive-In. Very cool. And then right underneath it here is an old Ford. Is this a... Yeah, I think this is a Mustang. Oh, my mistake. It is not just any old Mustang. This is a Mustang Cobra. Yeah, 428. TJ's Sweetie Pies from North Hollywood is a establishment that is new to me, and I love the bigger Pioneer Chicken typographic signage right up there too. That's great. Yeah, this Elvira game I've never played before, but it's pretty cool. Got an amazing table with all kinds of fun interactive things down here. Yeah, very nice. Now we'll give this a quick spin.
I don't want to know what's in there. Be careful.
Use the flipper. Get to the train.
Oh, the Deadhead family album.
Pumpkinhead.
Trick or treat. Why not both? Leave it alone. Shoot the left ramp. Spiders. Roaches. Scorpions. It's the Taxman.
Yeah, that's a fun machine. And of course I worship Elvira, as she deserves to be. Yeah, this lame sorcerer machine is also new to me, so I'll give this one a spin. Here's a beautiful relic. The J.C. Deegan chimes were used for PA sign-ons and sign-offs in schools throughout the San Fernando Valley. Yeah, does anybody remember this sound? Gym class is canceled today. And there you go, yeah. And this display cabinet of old restaurant menus and photographs, etc. Here's a little corner devoted to Loves, and indeed a wood pit barbecue chain. That tie is really cool. God, I'd love to own a Loves tie. Okay, so there's the Hangman's Tree explained. It was a restaurant, jail fare, where you two should hang out. Lousy food, warm beer, cocktails, and sneering service. That is just an invitation I can't refuse. Yeah, Orange Julius is another retail establishment that I have not thought of in many, many years. Crazy, that is super cool. Yeah, and I'd forgotten about their little devil mascot. That's pretty cool. So they've got an amazing gift shop in the front of the museum, and it includes this replica of the giant Circus Liquor sign, which, as I mentioned in my Adios Burbank episode, is one of my favorite signs of all time. Now this is a $350 replica, but man, that is tempting as hell. And they have a lot of t-shirts with all this amazing vintage graphics on them. Like, I already know plenty of t-shirts, but I want all of these. All right, I think that is going to bring this one to a close. So as always, thanks so much for coming along. And if you have a couple hours to kill and $12 to spend and you're anywhere near Van Nuys, do check this place out. Really fun. As I said before, to play unlimited pinball, you know, you're covering your $12 easily. So yeah, we'll catch you in the next one.